What's up, crawlers? It's Nicole here with Film Crawl. Welcome back to a spoiler-free review. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, wherever you are, welcome back. It's good to be here. I know it's been a little bit. This is the last one of my spoiler-free reviews that's going to be on my little Chromebook. So if you're watching, the sound's gonna be better. Hopefully the picture's gonna be better. I'm officially a Kyle now with my AirPods and MacBook. No sponsorship, so I'm excited for that. But I don't know what you guys have been watching. If you're anything like me and Sam, we saw Tenet individually in our own movie experiences, and we needed a little bit of a mind cleanser and just a chill mind moment. So this week we're doing Lady Bird. That's what I'm here for. I love this movie, and this is a movie that you don't really need a spoiler-free kind of video on it, but we need the content, so here it goes. Lady Bird is a beautiful film directed by Greta Gerwig. It is her solo directorial and writing debut. It's also her love letter to Sacramento, her hometown. And really, no matter where you're from, the feeling this movie evokes of growing up and being at odds with your family or your friends or your identity and feeling like, where am I going to go in life? That's what this film evokes. So I love these kinds of movies, you know, love letters to New York or love letters to LA, and in this case, a love letter to Sacramento. No matter how overplayed that can get, it's really done beautifully here. I'm gonna overuse that word a lot, but it's so great to see, and Greta Gerwig does a great job with the story. It feels really personal, and that's why this movie is so great. So it follows Lady Bird. Her real name is Christine, but Lady Bird is the name she gives herself, and it follows her a year in her life. Her senior year, she's figuring out where she wants to go to college. She's dealing with boys and her friends, and really the big conflict, I guess you can call it, in this film is with her mom Marion. They're very the same, but they're very at odds because it's a mother and daughter, and you don't know until you're older how that feels. So that's what we follow Lady Bird, and it's really a simple little premise, but the way it's displayed here is fantastic. And I'm gonna be honest here, I love this movie, and I don't really have any dislikes on it, so it's gonna be all likes. I'm pretty sure after me saying that you can guess what my score is gonna be. I'm gonna try to weave in, I guess, moments that could have been changed, or maybe something that could have changed that I might dislike, but there's not gonna be a dislike section. So we're just gonna get into the likes and what I love about this movie and why this movie's so great. So thanks for dealing with me kissing ass. I think you could definitely tell how rusty I am because I did not mention the cast at all in my summary, so I'm gonna do that here because it's a huge like for this movie. But Saoirse Ronan and Timothée Chalamet, the little babies, that duo with Greta Gerwig, you're definitely gonna see a lot more of in the future. We already have with Little Women. They shine here, and Timothy, amazing, even though his character in this is kind of an ass, but that's what's so great about this, is that we all know that guy, we all know that girl, and growing up in high school, so that was cool. But really, also Laurie Metcalf as Lady Bird's mom Marion, Tracy Letts as the dad. That family dynamic was really sweet. Beanie Fieldstein as Lady Bird's best friend Julie. That's the character I identified with most. She's awesome. They all do a great job, and the story, the themes that it deals with, really praise to Greta for dealing with these issues and doing them there is comedy throughout this film. But it's like a sweet, like, oh wow, like I lived that, and it's kind of an awkward, like, ooh, that I feel that. That's kind of I know how that feels. But it deals with weight. It deals with identity. It deals with depression. It deals with coming out. And those moments when you see them in the film, it's gut-wrenching, but also just like a breath of fresh air of like, wow, seeing it on screen is so important. And I saw this movie in theaters when it came out a few years ago, but watching it the second time, there were moments when I first watched it that hit me in a way then that made me, this was like one of the first movies where I saw that I really got emotional while watching it. Rewatching it, there's different moments that hit me in a different way because I've grown since I last saw it. And that might sound silly, but I think that really gives credit to the film of it's a movie you can grow up with, even though the movie follows a senior in high school. As someone in her late 20s, you still feel that emotion. It's so hard to describe and how important that is, and it's really great, and I love it. So with the topic of depression, it's a very serious issue. It's something I deal with. A lot of people that I know deal with this. It's very serious, and this movie touches on it very delicately, and it's done in a phenomenal way. You mostly see it in the older characters, the older adult characters. Lady Bird's mom, Marion, is a nurse, and she comes in contact with one of Lady Bird's teachers who's going through something, and there's a scene where he comes to her for help, and that the topic of suicide is brought up. And there are other moments with Lady Bird's friends that topic comes up as well, but even though it was done and it was touched on, which I kind of just wish there was a little more depth to them there, instead of these fleeting moments on scene that are great and you can definitely, it's heart-wrenching, but I just wish there was a little bit more. So that's really my only thing that I'm gonna say as a nitpick dislike of this film. And that's really not a dislike. I love the new take on, the high school film. A typical high school film kind of has, sex and prom and fighting with your mom. And this movie has all of that, but it is so set in reality that it is not cheesy at all. You can tell that Greta had these moments in her life. She wrote the script, she's directing it. It feels like we're watching a blast from the past of her life, and those scenes were awesome. The last half of this movie, I forgot just how emotional it is. The little bits of comedy throughout, I think they're funny because they're set in that reality of, wow, I've definitely seen this happen. I've lived through this again. So the last half of this movie I forgot how emotional it was. There's scenes that just come up where you're like, whoa, okay, this is a lot. But yeah, so the rest of the film, or the rest of this episode, would really just be me talking about great scenes, which could be spoilers. So I'm gonna end it here with my likes and my love for this movie. If you're new here, we give our movie shots, and that is how drunk you have to be, our fun little way of rating the movie of if you have to be sober, if you have to be drunk to watch this movie. So put it up on the scale, Sam. That's the scale for you guys. 0 shots being the perfect film, 5 shots being you have to be plastered. I don't even want to remember this movie at all. No surprise here, this movie gets a 0 from me. I love this movie. And thank you guys for sitting through my, kissing ass video of this. I feel like that happens a lot with mine, but that's just what we choose. So I'm really excited to talk about this movie in depth with our guest, Savannah. I don't know if that was announced, I forget. It's been a long time. But Sam's gonna be there as well, so that's gonna be super exciting. We haven't had a guest in a long time. I haven't seen Sam in a long time. I haven't seen Savannah in a while, so it's gonna be like a little reunion over speaking platforms. I can't speak anymore. It's Sunday and I'm recording this. But really, thank you guys. If you guys are still watching, thank you guys for leaving likes. Thank you guys for following us. If you review us, that'd be awesome. Leaving a comment. If you want to leave a comment below on this video on what character that you connected with. Again, I don't know why I can't speak. Been a long time. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, here on YouTube. Like and subscribe, comment if you want, share with your friends, and just, be safe. Drive-ins are open, and that's how I saw Tenet, so I definitely recommend that if you're missing the movies. Tenet's playing, so buckle up and get ready for that one. I'm gonna save thoughts, because we do want to eventually talk about that one as well. But I think I'm done here. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, Sam will text me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!